Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Am I audible?
We are not.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
A big thank you to each and every one of us present, and I am truly grateful to you for honoring my invitation, and I do not take your presence for granted. Writing speeches and writing, for that matter, has never been a difficult task for me, I must say. Truth be told, I find writing easier than speaking. But writing this speech was a little difficult for me because one, I procrastinated in getting the work done. Shout out to all my last minute people here. I'm a prominent member, I must admit. Also, I did not know exactly what to say to such a crowd. In this gathering, I see friends, family, and revered members of the society in which I find myself. While I knew I wanted the speech at my debut book launch to be a remarkable one, I also knew I would not want to bore such a diverse crowd with stories of how I started writing as a hobby in primary school and eventually started writing novels in JHS, because I'm sure everyone is tired of hearing that at this point. I also fought hard to do away with the idea of empowering people, because if we are being honest, I myself, I need empowerment. As the saying goes, if a naked man promises you clothes, ask his name. In order to make sure I achieved this remarkable effect I was looking for, I searched deep within me. By searching, I did not sit under a tree to ponder so hard to find what I want to be in my speech. In fact, the idea for this paragraph came to me while I was washing dishes. I know I promised not to empower this afternoon, so I will try my best to avoid exactly that. My speech can be summarized in a sentence: nurturing the seeds in us. As I mentioned, I had difficulty writing this speech, so I sought some assistance. I had to go back to reading blogs I had written in the past, and I came across this quote I wrote in the middle of 2023. And it reads, "I think of what my life would be if I lived it as someone else. Oops, my bad. I'm the one and only me. So I live my lives through words in a story and from different points of view." End of quotes. I chanced upon a snippet of SACROSANCTUM, the book for which we are gathered here this afternoon, and I completely forgot I had posted a snippet of it on my blog. In essence, my first point is this: the tools you sometimes need are within you. If you are faced with an issue, perhaps remember a time in your life where you were resilient. Dig up that resilience in you and use it in the moment. I would be a liar if I do not acknowledge Chimamanda Adichie's speech in my pursuit of coming out of this acute writer's block for my speech. As I went about my duties, I listened to her two famous TED Talks: The Danger of a Single Story and We Should All Be Feminist. Chimamanda, my idol, is known to be an authentic African writer whose voice has influenced many beyond the continent, and especially in the parlance of feminism. In all sincerity, listening to her speak just for the sake of this speech would have done little in getting the task done. I'm proud to say I'm a big fan, and I listened to her in the past. What I did to help me write this speech was only a revision. So my second point is this: find a voice that sounds like yours, a better voice, and nurture the seed in you. If this is your first time hearing me speak, I beg of you to not think of me as a promise breaker or a liar. At the beginning of this speech, I promised not to empower. It looks like I am breaking my promise. And so my third point is this: you can never rely on the promises of men. It is only fair that I use this platform to boldly affirm and entreat you, however, to always rely on the promises of God. Before I proceed to my fourth point, I would like to chip in a story my aunt told me. And shout out to my auntie Abna. I love all my aunties, but a special shout out to Auntie Abna because Auntie Abna taught me how to read my first book, The Three Billy Goats Graph. I bought it from Accra Mall, I remember, and she taught me how to read that book. So shout out to Auntie Abna. Now, the story Auntie Abna told me is a story of a little girl who visited a church one day with her family. And this church decided to sing her favorite tree gospel song. And our little girl was not having it. I mean, imagine taking your niece to a church and they are singing Ayeyire, and she's not happy because they are singing her song. That is her favorite song. That is her own song. So nobody else is supposed to sing it. It's not like she composed the song, but once it's her favorite song, no one else can sing it. Can you imagine? Well, that little girl is me. Of course, I know better now. One thing university has taught me, and shout out to my very good friends. I have a lot of good friends, but shout out to Lidwina and Gifty. Yes. And all my good friends, I love you all very much. Shout out to you. One thing university has taught me is that I will, in fact, find more and more people in life who enjoy the same song as I do. Of course, when I was a child, I didn't understand that because why are you singing the song I like? But I've understood that I'll find more and more people in life who actually like the song I like. So it would only be wise to join their company. And maybe, just maybe, we can all sing the song louder and better. Don't you think so? So my fourth point, therefore, is that we must do ourselves a favor and find a like-minded community in order to nurture the seed in us. Just like that, I have been able to write a great part of my speech. That leads me to my fifth and final point. You don't always have to find the right time. Sometimes you have to take one step and the path becomes clearer. There's never a perfect time, at least for most things in life, I believe. To avoid committing myself, which I think I already have, I'll refrain from mentioning the names of everyone that helped me realize my dream of becoming an author. But God himself will judge me if I do not make mention of this one person. God bless you, Mommy. Thank you for standing by me and investing in all my wild dreams. And if you are my friend, if you are my family member, you know I have a lot of wild dreams. I summarize my speech, Nurturing the Seed in Us, in these 5 empowering sentences. 1, the tools you sometimes need are within you. 2, find someone doing better than you and learn from them. 3, you can never rely too much on other people's promises. 4, join a like-minded community to help you. 5, you do not always have to find the right time. Take one step and the path becomes clearer. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much.